They're rejoicing in Miami. Mostly white Cubans there dance at the dying of a 90-year-old man like it's a victory. Fidel Castro dedicated his life to fighting imperialism that reduced South American nations to banana republics run by U.S. corporations. As a young law student, Fidel ran for public office, but the Batista coup ended his electoral aspirations. The U.S. bombing of Guatemalan democracy for the United Fruit Company sealed the deal for Fidel. Imperialism could be cured only by revolution. So Fidel wrote the book on revolution. After a 3-year guerrilla war, Cuba, under Fidel's dictatorship of the proletariat, defied capitalist imperialism. Over the next 50 years, the U.S. tried to kill him 600 times, sought to strangle the Cuban economy through blockade, used biological warfare to spread mosquito-borne disease, and harbored terrorists that bombed a Cuban civilian airliner from the sky. The U.S. threatened nuclear war when Soviet missiles in Cuba came as close to America as American missiles in Turkey were close to the Soviet Union. But luckily, nuclear war didn't happen. Instead, Cuban troops fought South Africa to a stalemate, nailing shut the coffin of apartheid. Reactionaries now allude to thousands of executions during Castro's rule, but no mention of hundreds of thousands murdered by U.S.-backed forces in Chile, Argentina, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. Conservatives go apoplectic over Cuba's human rights record, casually forgetting egregious violations in Guantanamo. Forbes magazine claims Castro was corrupt and worth $550 million. But they conflate state enterprises with personal wealth, like when the USSR was privatized. But Cuba belongs to Cubans. Fidel's Cuba remains a poor country distributing limited resources more equally than anywhere else, to school and to heal. It's a tough equality, but based on true need and colorblind. Yet Cuba provides more foreign aid per capita than the USA, mostly in the form of globally deployed doctors. Fidel lived to see socialist governments rise democratically in Venezuela, Ecuador, Brazil, and Uruguay. But in the end, he must have felt some disappointment. A coup deprived Brazil of an elected leader once also a Marxist guerrilla. Post-Chavez Venezuela's economy screams under economic warfare. And after Obama's near normalization of relations, the White House shall house a white supremacist neo-fascist. So there is dancing in Miami, but not in Canada. Here, erstwhile socialists mark Fidel's passing with milquetoast ambiguities, outflanked on their left by neoliberals. In Toronto, for Rabble TV, I'm Umberto de Silva.
Anaconda, Ford Motors y otras entidades.